Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. My pranams to the lotus feet of my Gurus. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Welcome you all to this Bhagavad Gita session. Bhagavad Gita, as many of you know, has been taken from Sri Mahabharata. That's one of the sacred texts of Hindus. And in Bhagavad Gita, it is Lord Sri Krishna who explains to Arjuna about the different things in life, about the birth, the death, and in between, the life in between, and which is so important. The life is so important, right? So, Bhagavad Gita basically explains about life. For example, I will say one small incident has happened. Once I went along with my friend to a bicycle store. My friend brought his 1-year-old son, and now my friend is asking his son, whichever bicycle you want, you can take. No condition. So now the son shows one bicycle. He said, I want this. The father was about to get it, and by this time the son shows another bicycle. So again the father goes there. Like that for half an hour this has been happening. The son is showing different bicycles. He is a 1-year-old kid. He doesn't know what he wants. But the joy of the father is he wants to get what his son wants. But the son's option gets on changing for every second. Now he wants this bicycle. Within the next moment he wants the other bicycle. So like this, he went on moving like this. So after half an hour I asked, what are you doing? He said, no, I want to get the bicycle which my son likes. And this fellow is changing the options very often. Within a fraction of a minute he is changing it. Now he is showing different bicycles, and now he wants a bicycle which elder people rides. I said, he is a kid. He doesn't know what he wants. The thing is, whatever appears nice to him, he points it out. He really doesn't know what he wants. But he asks, I want this, I want this. He keeps on asking. But he really doesn't know what he wants. But the small idea came to me, whether we know as the adults, as the grown-ups, whether we know what we want. So the basic idea is, we really don't know what we want, because to know what you want, you should really know who you are. When you only know that who you are, then you will know what you want. The thing is, once you know the answer for who you are, who are you don't require anything. Okay. The Bhagavad Gita says the same. The Bhagavad Gita clearly tries to explain who you are. And Lord Krishna says, see, the Gnana, that means what actually I am saying, cannot be understood by everyone. It need not be. That means the fellow who is sitting, if I am explaining this Gita and there are 10 people are sitting here, and the fellow who is sitting next to you may not understand this in the same manner as you are understanding. That means the understanding levels changes. So the understanding power has to be given by God Himself. And let us pray for it. We require that understanding power, the knowledge, for understand the knowledge which you are giving. And see, I will show you one small example. Some incidents are happening outside the world. There are many incidents which happen. And how we react in a special way. That means everyone, they react in a specific way. Once I went outside and I just want some address. So I asked them how to go to this particular market or something. And one person who is coming there, he said, he may be an engineer. He said, sir, you can go straight like this. One bridge is there. Just go right. One clock tower is there. So you can take one under tunnel. Like that he started explaining. So a little bit ahead, then I went and I asked a small kid how to go to that this one. They said, sir, you go straight, one park is there. Then after that park, if you go straight, one school is there. Then beyond that school you get it. Okay, then I asked a woman, how is it? She said, if you go straight, there is a beauty parlor, and after the parlor, if you go a little bit left, there is a big mall, and if you go ahead, so she explained like this. And afterwards, I saw one drunkard. He is actually coming, and he asked me how to go. He said, "Sir, if you go straight, there is one bar, and after if you go straight," so he started explaining that way. When I asked a student, he said, "Sir, if you go straight, there is a school." So that means the world, though the world is the same, everyone is looking from their perspective, their point of view. Whatever the things be there, everyone has their own perspective. That means now let us be clear, we cannot change the things. We can make it better, that's a different thing. But here what is actually required is we have to change the perspective. Hindu Dharma always stands for changing perspective. There is a word called pratyaksha in Sanskrit. Pratyaksha means for someone, God has come before and stood him, pratyaksha. So he could see God. So see, God appeared before him. We call it pratyaksha. No, but actual meaning of pratyaksha is pratyaksha. That means inner vision. Once whose inner vision is changed, he can see the God. So now let us strive to improve our vision. Let us strive for the inner vision. So all this Bhagavad Gita I have designed in such a way that it has to reach each and every person in the world, not just a particular segment or section or religion. This has to transcend everything, that means caste, creed, religion, gender, everything, nations and continents. So for everyone this has to reach. The message of Gita is so clear that nothing is going to harm you, that means nothing is going to hamper your religion or anything. Everyone can listen to it, because here it is just gnana, that is just knowledge. There is nothing that will force you to listen something or that will force you to follow. It is only just a clear understanding, that means in depth, that means you are getting the knowledge, in depth knowledge, and you are changing your perspective. So from here all through this Bhagavad Gita we will continue in the same way that each and everyone has to clearly understand. And from tomorrow the next session is very important, because the session actually says from where the Gita has come. As we all know, what Krishna has explained to Arjuna, Krishna clearly says, I am not telling you on my own. This knowledge has been preserved from our ancient times, Sanatana, that means ancient times. Sanatana has nothing to do with anything. Sanatana means it's very ancient one. It is since beginning. So this Sanatana Gnana which I am putting before you, or Dharma which I am putting you, this is Bhagavad Gita. He is explaining him, and you all know Bhagavad Gita has happened on the war field. That means where actually one has to fight the war. The Bhagavad Gita has exactly happened there. So this is required for each and every one of us who is alive. So, sarve jano sukhino bhavantu.